It's Ivy Slater, and you're listening to Her Success Story podcast, a show where gutsy businesswomen share their success journey. Hi, it's Ivy Slater. Welcome to today's episode of Her Success Story. And most importantly, happy January, happy 2026. I hope you've all had a little bit of time to take a break during the holidays, refresh, step into this year with a whole new year, new you, new potential, new possibility. So I thought today on Her Success Story, I just walk you through a little bit about how I start my year off and some of the things that I do that I've always found help set up for a good, solid business and most importantly, a great life. So I did take some time away during the holidays. I do believe in stepping out to refresh, to start fresh, make sure you're feeling well. There's been a hell of a lot of sickness going around, truly. So make sure you're putting your health as your number one priority. Without our health, we cannot focus on our businesses, our careers, our growth, our company's growth, or anything else. So number one rule is make sure you're putting your health and wellness first. In addition to that, take some time and create intentions for this year. Some people like to create a word for the year. I have people who do that, I have people who don't do that. If it's within your methodology, make sure you're doing it. Think about, what do you want to be toasting at the end of this year? So if we raised our glasses, right, and we did our last episode of the year of Her Success Story in 2026, and I was like, oh, wow, on reflection, I'm toasting this. What would you be toasting? What would you be most proud of yourself for? What would you have accomplished this year that really makes you feel outstanding? Think about it. Before we start setting our goals, our actions, and all of that, we do our SWOT analysis, we do what's working, what's not. Before we do all of that stuff, I like to think big and think openly, most importantly. And when I do that, I think about, what do I want to accomplish? What do I want this year to be looking like? What do I want to be most pleased with myself? So take a minute, take a breath, and do that. I do with all my clients in the strategy work we do. I believe in a strong SWOT analysis. For those of you who are not familiar with SWOT, I'll just tell you, make a list of your strengths, your weaknesses, big list of opportunities. Where are your opportunities sitting? What is working, right? Where are these opportunities sitting? Where's your opportunity? What would that look like? What are your threats? And I add another T that's called trends. What's going on? What are the trends in your industry, in your business, in technology, in the world, in your family? What are the trends? And then I also break down the 4 components of every business. So I think about it as a hot riding car. And some people think about those as Ferraris and Porsches. Mine might be a BMW. Not a Volkswagen little bug, good are those little bugs that I always thought were so cute with the roof down, whatever it looks like. It doesn't matter what the car is, but a car has 4 wheels that keeps it going, right? It keeps us out on the road, whether we're going, north and south on 95 on the East Coast, whether you're going Highway 66, east to west, Highway 80, whatever it is, I don't care. But think about, what's your financial plan, your marketing plan, your sales plan, and your people plan. And to come up with that plan, I take a piece of paper for each one and I say, financial plan. And I draw a line down the middle and I say, what's working and what's not right now in our finances? What's working, what's not in our marketing? What's working, what's not in our sales? And what's working and what's not in our people? And when I look at all these things and I look at those opportunities and I look at our strengths, I was like, gee, what are we going to do in 2026 that's going to set us up for success? What is the company going to do? What is Slater Success going to do? What are we going to be doing this year? And how does that bring me as the leader joy and happiness? If I'm not leading from a place and living from a place of joy and happiness, I'm not serving myself, and hence this company is not serving me. So I thought I'd take you through a little of those few steps. I encourage you all to play with that exercise. You know, see what you learn. Let me know, what were your ahas during it? What was interesting? What was it that might have been different than what you've done before? What intentions did you set for yourself this year? And what intentions do you set for yourself for your own joy and happiness? Let's lead our businesses and build them to live and enjoy a great life. It's supposed to happen that way. It can happen that way. And I encourage you to continue and follow through on that. You have any questions on the stuff I covered? Everybody who knows me, I'm the most successful person. Reach out to me on LinkedIn. Reach out to me at Slater Success Coaching. Reach out to me. Like, have conversations. This is the greatest joy in building a business, is the people I meet and doing this work, in the connections and the value in the relationships. So I wish you a fantastic 2026. I wish you a 2026 filled with, number one, good health, wellness. Be aware of that, be proactive about it. Joy, happiness, and great businesses, great careers. If this episode was helpful, pass it forward, hit subscribe, we come into your inbox, and most importantly, leave a comment of what you're implementing for yourself today. I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me on Her Success Story.